You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the stores. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
no, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is
That's one of the best intros.
It is. I swear. You know what the thing is like, why do you like? Somebody asked you the other day, is like, Kevin only comes on your show like every couple of weeks. Why do you still keep that on? I'm like, because that was one of the greatest moments in show history. Like, I'm gonna take clips. Maybe the time that was me, Mookie, and Scott, and literally Mookie made about 15 dick jokes in the first 5 minutes of the show, and he had me and Scott rolling on the ground. Or the time that Samir got left on the stream by himself because Kevin lost power. There's always been great moments since that video has been made, so I just gotta go back to our YouTube and just keep looking them up. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy belated May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th for all you Star Wars lovers out there. Me and Ryan. Mookie, are you a Star Wars guy?
I'm an original Star Wars guy.
As long as you're not like, listen, I get it.
7, 8, and 9.
The sequels divided the fan. Like, let's be honest. The sequels are hard to defend. I loved 7, despised 8, and did not really mind 9. 9 was like I saw the video about what 9 was supposed to be, and I was like, that's awesome, but like, yeah, fuck Disney. Don't take it on the actors. Like, it's like, the fuck did they do?
And Kathy Kennedy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny,
especially Kathy Kennedy.
Yeah, listen, Kathy Kennedy finds ways to stay somehow not fired, and it cracks me up. Because I swear George Lucas is sitting there like, one of these days. He's like, one of these days people are not going to blame me because these movies suck. Well, it's like, so I'm old enough to remember when both of you guys are older than me, obviously, but I was still old enough when the prequels were coming out, and I was like a little kid, and I still thought I was ecstatic. But I'm like, okay, so episode 1 was cool because of Darth Maul. Jar Jar Binks made me want to throw bricks against the wall as a 7-year-old. That should have told you something. Actually, no, I was 4. Well, yes, we all know I have some Black Air Force One tendencies. We all know this. But like, and then episode 3 was great. It just was depressing how like we all thought that was the last Star Wars we were getting. So,
and then I feel like the final trilogy, if you put it in the storyline chronology, right? The final trilogy felt rushed. Like the last 3 that ended the storyline, to me, they just kind of like came out of nowhere, and they were like, bam, 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 it's all over.
Well, it's like the worst part was like what drove me nuts. The episode 7. Yes, it was a very almost like they followed the same exact formula as episode 4, but why it holds a special place in my heart is because Star Wars wasn't dead to me, but Star Wars was kind of like an afterthought in my head. I grew up with it, loved it, lived it. But it just had become so out of it. And then I saw that trailer with the Millennium Falcon blasting off to the original soundtrack. And I was like, oh my God, I'm 7 years old again. Everything is good in life. I don't care that I just got dumped and my life is meaningless. Shout out to 2014 Jared.
You should have been used to the dumping part by that point too. So like, that's not
only
really
been
material.
dumped. Only been dumped 3 times.
Also, 3 lucky women.
Actually, no, I'm a pretty lucky guy. Let's put it honest. I thought, like, I know people. I'm not gonna bash, but my friends always look at me and like, you know, you were upset but dude, you dodged 3 bazooka rounds every time you got out of a relationship. I'm like, holy. Well, the problem is I have a type, and it's not sane. Let's put it that way.
Because it's probably hot, right? That's
exactly.
how the equation goes. Right?
Yeah, no,
exactly.
I follow that Barney Stinson line
the Vicky Mendoza line.
I ride that thing to the top.
That's what she said.
Well played. Well played. Ooh, that's right. A Jets class there. So we get to talk a little Jets draft. Apparently, we're going to talk a lot of Jets history.
We're going to talk a lot of Jets.
A lot of draft.
We talked about it a lot. Me and Samir did when he came on. So, by the way, boys, Samir is on the way back. He's coming back. So funny story, right? I'm in Boston with my cousin. We're going to see a concert, and I text him. I'm like, "Hey, we're in Boston. What you doing?" And he goes, "Working on a project. I'll be done in an hour." I'm like, he goes, "Wait, you're in Boston?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Where are you hanging out?" I'm like, "We're at the Flagon. Come through." It's the bar across the street from Fenway, for those of you who are not familiar with Boston. And so me and my cousin are sitting there having a few rounds before we walk across the BU campus to the concert on the other side. And Samir comes flying in, gives me the biggest bear hug because we never met each other in person before, and we live 25 minutes from each other.
That's bad, dude. That's pretty bad.
Well, it's also like he's either in Boston, up in Boston for college, and when he was home, I was always working. That was the problem.
Well,
he's always working.
He can't stay up and see you when you get off or anything like that. Like, look, all I'm saying is romance goes 2 ways, and if he's not willing to meet you at least goes halfway, 2 ways.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is he was thinking about it at the show. He goes, "I'm thinking about coming back." During the summer, he got really overwhelmed with a lot of stuff for school. So he basically had to step down. And I'm like, yeah, caught him by surprise. And I've been treading waters. You both have been seeing for the past 3 months, whatever it is. But it's like at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I made it 2.5 months on my own, and I've done okay for myself. And I've got another guy coming in the next couple of weeks now that he got his job at MTA scheduled. His name is Matt. You guys will love him. He's hysterical, and he's a Jets fan, McCarthy. Season ticket holder.
Oof. Oh God! Wow.
Ooh, connections.
But also really fucking smart when it comes to sports.
Are you sure he fits then?
Well, okay, so he's also been one of my closest friends since I was like a freshman in college, and his sports TikToks actually have gotten holy smokes! I did not think this was happening. Hey, buddy!
Hey. Oh, all right.
I think he heard that Mookie was coming on. He knew he had to show up.
Kinda.
It wouldn't be the same without him.
Oh my God, Kev, we were talking. We had a little discussion about the prequels before he came on. Because yesterday was May the 4th, and Mookie made a good point that they felt like they rushed it so hard to get them all out in a 5-year mark, and he's right. I mean, I don't know. We've discussed it during when we first started these live shows, but we did our Star Wars countdown. But would you agree with that or what? Because I know you're a pretty big Star Wars guy too.
I think they were just bad. I don't know if it was necessarily a rush thing. I mean, they had 22 years to make The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I understand that they didn't start it. Well, it wasn't 22 years. It was
22.
15, 16. I was thinking for episode
plenty
1.
Of time, man.
Or episode 4.
Plenty of time.
But plenty of time. And he was working on the story throughout that time. He had ideas for where he wanted it to go, things like that. So I think they were just bad. I think George Lucas just can't really write cohesive dialogue in the first place.
He's a terrible screenplay writer.
I don't know if he can write stories well. He can write an overarching universe and narrative well, but if you take each Star Wars movie on its own, they're not good movies. I love them.
Very true.
A New Hope's not that good of a movie. Empire Strikes Back is fine. I don't love movies from that period anyway. I feel like they all have pacing issues, but that's just me being young.
Well,
so
he didn't direct Empire Strikes Back.
Well, he wrote it.
He wrote it, but he didn't direct it.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a very good director.
No, he's a terrible director.
But he can write an overarching story, create a universe. He's probably one of the best at world building. But individual storytelling is not his forte.
That was detailed and coherent.
Well, that's just Kevin doesn't drink during the week anymore.
I know that, but like, shit, I gotta do something, man. I came with literally nothing.
Well, Mook,
we're talking about world building over here. Like, fuck.
Well, okay,
me,
so no,
building worlds within worlds here.
Okay,
but I still don't understand the metaverse. I honestly, it, but that's about it.
So I really think like one of the best world builders I've ever seen with like director, I think it's Peter Jackson, obviously.
Peter
Jackson, like Lord of the Rings.
Jackson,
The movie, the books were there, obviously. And yes, it's a hot take, right? Thing is, like, but
no,
the way
I have a hot take.
Oh god, if it's gonna be shit on Lord of the Rings, Kevin, I'm gonna just kick you right now.
It's not shitting on Lord of the Rings. I think they're very well made movies. I think
he's gonna crap on the Hobbit instead.
He did a very good job directing them.
Yeah,
I give him little to no credit for. And when I say Tolkien world building, I mean like his ability to create the overarching story.
His projecting of the world onto the movie is what was incredible because honestly,
it could have been way worse. But I think
it could have been a shit show.
Like Tolkien wasn't extra. He did the most out of any writer creating a universe, and then. Yeah, it's tough to put something that in-depth onto the screen, but I don't know if I give Peter Jackson credit for world building in that instance.
Well, was it Peter Jackson? Did he do like B-type movies before he landed Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. And then he got King Kong, and that one was like a box office change-up.
That was, King Kong.
Yeah. When they did the remake with Kong Skull Island, that was when actually it started to like actually be good.
Ryan, I thought you were about to say, didn't Peter Jackson do the B movie with Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh,
no. I was about to be
Wait for it.
I forgot all about that thing.
Do you like jazz?
Moments in history that should have been erased, along with the aforementioned Jar Jar Binks. I mean, that the sad part is like he is the most memorable / quoted referenced part of any one of the first. Well, I guess whatever.
Second,
fourth, whatever. The second trilogy. That's the other part. They make it too damn complicated to talk about the episodes. You know what I mean? You got to like remember to count to 4 to start, and then
I think if they
minus
didn't
the 3.
number them, if they just went by names. So you have A New Hope, Empire Strikes, and then you treat the other ones as prequels, but you don't put numbers on them. I think that's really where they fucked up.
Also, I was going to say this. Somebody was asking me the other day, like, when you watch the Star Wars movies in order, like all 9 of them in like, let's say like a couple weeks span or whatever, well, where do you start? I'm like, you start at The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Or when you like, so like when you like it, like, so the people download the Lego Star Wars game, the new one, which by the way, fucking amazing. I give it a 9 out of 10 stars. It is fucking awesome. I was drunk when I bought it. Do not judge me.
Hey man, some of those Lego games are great.
Listen, it is the when you come home hammer for the bar, that is the best game to play.
Lego Star Wars.
Yes.
2, right? Or 3?
3. Well, this is like the whole like shebang, Skywalker Saga, Mandalorian, all of it. It's great.
Ooh,
I bought it when I was hammered coming up. I got home from the bar, bought the deluxe edition, and obviously. And I got to buy my own Star Destroyer in it, and that made me so happy. Childhood dream recognized.
Speaking of world building, right there, Cherry building his own imaginary world where he owns a Star Destroyer. Starfleet Destroyer. Holy God.
Not just a Star Destroyer, a Super Star Destroyer, like the big one with no tower.
The biggest slice of cheese.
Yeah, so it's like I honestly I give it like so. Like Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, and everyone was shitting on it, but me and my boy Sawyer were big on it. He played way more than I did. He's like a level 400 and everything. Me, I just still love playing it because I like, honestly, I like it better than Call of Duty. And anything Star Wars
title. It's
anything with the OG Star Wars Battlefronts. I have my OG Xbox right next to me here on my desk, and what's in the disc right now is Star Wars Battlefront 2. So.
Probably because
I think we're overlooking the best method to watch the Star Wars movies.
Acid.
The best order to watch Star Wars movies in.
Oh.
Fair. If you're a sociopath and watch them and when they released, that's terrifying.
No. 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, and then the rest. I think if you're gonna watch 2 and 3, after you once you watch 2, watch the Clone Wars, the first every season but the last one, and then after you watch Revenge of the Sith, then watch the last episode of the Clone Wars, then watch the Bad Batch. No, then watch 6, then watch the Bad Batch.
Some dude did a super cut.
No,
some dude did a super.
Then episode 4.
Some dude did a super cut where he mixed the back end of the whole Mandalore plot of episode of Clone Wars. He super cut it with the Revenge of the Sith extended edition or whatever the hell like the Super Max version is, and it's incredible. I watched it. It was like 4.5 hours, and it was unreal because how everything was going on. It made so much sense, and it made the Revenge of the Sith even better of a movie because you're seeing how like, oh my god, while Ahsoka and Bo-Katan and Rex are taking down Darth Maul and he's talking about like Sidious's plan, you see Anakin basically unraveling in the Jedi Temple, and it's like, holy fuck, this is crazy.
Actually, I stand corrected. After the last episode of Clone Wars, watch Solo, then watch Rogue One, then watch A New Hope.
By the way, Solo, very underrated. Decent movie.
I love Solo.
Solo's fun.
It's so fun.
And the guy who plays Solo is honestly very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Solo was wildly unnecessary as a movie.
It was, but it's a beloved character, and it wasn't a bad movie at all.
But no one was asking for his backstory.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Like, I would have rather had a Solo series and a Boba Fett movie instead of a Boba Fett series and a Solo movie.
I think both movie and the series and the movie, as my mic falls, I think they both vastly misunderstood why people loved the character so much.
Well, I wanted
people
more...
love Boba Fett because of how mysterious he was. He was just this badass, cold-blooded killer, and then they humanized him, realized it wasn't working, and made it Mandalorian season 2.5. And then Han Solo was just this cool, swashbuckling smuggler, and no one asked for or cared about his backstory. If they did something like prior to A New Hope, like right before A New Hope, where he was smuggling and running around with Chewie, I think it would have done way better.
But would he still have been swashbuckling?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's the key.
I will offer this because I was supposed to go on JD's.
That's one of those what? Sorry, I didn't interrupt you. That's one of those big what ifs in the Star Wars universe. What if Han Solo stayed a Clone War? What if he stayed a stormtrooper or pilot for the pilot?
Maybe want to help Brad out here.
No.
Here we go, McCarthy.
Coming out of nowhere.
Like
that's
that
not bad.
That what if shouldn't need to be a thing because no one cares that he used to be a stormtrooper.
It's a way for Disney to make money. That's what basically.
Also, it was actually.
I mean, we all know that, right? Come on, why suck the fun out of it? I'm
just telling the obvious. What everybody's thinking.
I mean, why else did they make some of those goddamn Harry Potter
Brad,
films, right?
Not for Disney to make money because they don't own Harry Potter.
That doesn't matter. Someone's trying to make money.
It's Universal.
Outside of that, like, who cares, really?
See, all right. So I will say this about Book of Boba Fett.
Warner Brothers. Sorry, Warner Brothers.
So I will defend Book of Boba Fett because I would like, you know what? Like, there were 2 episodes that were fucking terrible. Episode 2 and episode 4 made me want to rip my eyeballs out. But 1, 3, and then the Mandalorian episodes, and then Boba Fett as an older character is great as Mando's number 2. That is what he's best at. That was the best part of Mando. Like, that was the best part of fucking Boba Fett. It's like in Mandalorian season 2 is when he was like the hired gun working with Mando. It was fucking electric. Like that episode when they're raiding the base with Bill Burr's character and he just drops a seismic charge like it ain't shit. That is badass as fuck. So I think the biggest problem with the Book of Boba Fett and with Solo and all these other like expansion projects is like they're trying way too hard and they don't like Kevin's right. They do miss the mark. When Boba Fett acts like a fucking badass, that's what we love. When Han Solo does a little shrug, shoots a dude, acts like a jackass, that's what we love about Han Solo. It's like they kind of tried to go in a weird direction, and it's like with source material that's already established, going in your own direction never works. Especially
Also,
Star Wars.
there wasn't necessary, and I know there's never like a story that needs to be told, but there wasn't necessarily a story there to be told. They made one up, and I know again all stories are made up. I get that, but like with the upcoming Kenobi series, there is a story to be told there already within the Star Wars universe about what the fuck Obi-Wan was doing in those 18 years between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
We only got about a 30-second blip in Rebels when Ezra visits him when he kills Darth Maul. Yeah. Which, by the way, is one of the most emotional scenes. Like it's like intense for like 5 minutes.
There is so much here, man, that it's just it's blowing my mind this instant. Like, I think hot take incoming. The biggest problem is you got to know so much shit to really derive the true value and joy out of these films and series. It's the same thing that in my mind MCU struggles with. Is you've got to sit there and you've got to invest serious time, effort, and planning to just be a fan of the content.
Well, no, I understand that. So I will Milky, I will offer this. My father grew up. He went to see Star Wars in the theaters in 1977. Loved it. Him and my uncle showed the movies to me. He started watching Clone Wars about a year ago. And he would ask me questions. He'd be like, hey, with this, what about that? And I answer questions because, you know, I am a super Star Wars nerd. I literally am getting a Mandalorian Mythosaur skull tattooed like right here. Like I love like Star Wars that much. But I told him, like, listen, like Clone Wars is arguably one of the best shows I've ever watched because they wanted it to be a kid's show, but it ended up being like just a really good show about a beloved source content. And it made the prequels so much better because it fleshed out the characters more. And so, you know what? It's like just sometimes you just got to go on Disney Plus and enjoy it. Because honestly, the first season of Clone Wars blows. Except for the Yoda episode. The very first episode of Yoda is fucking badass as shit. But honestly, like, they did Star Wars Vietnam in season 4. Umbara, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's
I
just.
was thinking you meant like they actually went to Vietnam.
No, they went to this planet called.
They
were on this planet called Umbara, and they basically just made it like a Vietnam arc. It was dark. It was depressing. It was intense. There was betrayal, guys switching sides. It was crazy. But you know what? It was amazing. When I watched it for the first time when I was in college, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is awesome. Because it was on Netflix when I was in college. That's how old it is. But it was awesome. I loved it. So I think what I love about Star Wars as a whole is like everyone's got their own favorite characters and everyone's got this and that. And I think I had DJ and Kelsey on a few weeks back. And DJ is a big Star Wars guy, right? So DJ says to me, who's your favorite Star Wars character? I said, listen, I'm like, it's Mando, no order. Mando, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and probably Chewie. And those are my 4 favorite.
Wow. No love for the Prisoner Leia character at all? I mean...
He said favorite, not turns him on the most.
Oh, I mean...
Schwing.
From the others he listed, I assume that's what he actually meant because, you know, that's part. I'd see again, at least from the way that this was going. I figured, you know, we were leaning that way.
Jesus.
Here's what I actually want to know, though, Jared. If we're gonna do this, let's do something more compelling than favorite character.
Okay.
All right. If you were going to enlist, we'll just put it that way broadly. What would you be? What would be your squad, or are you going to be an AT-AT crew member? Are you going to be flying the Falcon around? Like, where are you fitting in this scheme of these epic battles?
Oh. So as much as I would love to be like a Republic commander or some shit like that, I have a Mandalorian warrior. That would be for me. That would be it. I would say be like sick to be like, oh, Mandalorian Jedi, but like that doesn't really exist.
Yeah, you can't make things up because
like the last Mandalorian Jedi was 2,000 years before the Star Wars prequels. So like a Mandalorian warrior would be my go-to.
Okay, so
that means
what
Jared
I know
has
about
to listen to me.
Who has to listen to you?
Because he's got the dark saber.
Jared has to do what I say.
Until I challenge
Because I
challenge you to white man-to-man combat.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, Jared, why can't we live out your dream and make you do this? Like, can't this become your real life? Why not become a Mandalorian warrior?
Well, technically, okay, so here's the thing. I'm a libertarian. That's pretty close to Mandalorian as it gets.
Guns are part of his religion.
Exactly.
Well, I was gonna say, but how often are you walking around with some sort of saber attached to your hip?
No,
Weapons
it's
are part
called,
of his
it's called a
religion.
9mm, but still.
Yeah, but that doesn't have the same kind of je ne sais quoi, if you will.
Okay, listen. I believe in property rights with lots of firearms and nobody tell me what to do. I'm basically a Mandalorian anyway. All I need is a cool helmet.
I just want to convince you to walk around with a lightsaber replica and that becomes your reality. Like, that's all I really want out of any of this.
You want me to be that guy who walked around high school, like that guy who walked around like elementary school who brought his lightsaber to school? There was a kid when I was in elementary school.
Because that kid was pretending. I want you to live it, man. Live your truth, bro.
With the Jedi code.
Yeah, let the real Jared out, man.
If Jared had a lightsaber, he'd cut his dick off in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Ouch.
probably.
I was gonna say I would probably cut a finger off. I will issue with blades and cutting hands. Yo, this man, the dedication. This man is calling us from his car.
Oh boy, look at that.
Oh man.
And his internet connection proves it.
Yeah, I
It's
know. Like,
almost as bad as it is at his house.
yo,
Ooh.
Hey,
oh,
it's because
Mr.
I have a lot of Boston fans in my house, so my connection is as bad as their fandom in a way.
Oof. Man,
That's fine.
I mean,
Have
didn't
fun.
y'all break your win streak last night, Jeff?
Unfortunately,
It's
but
gonna be great when y'all extend that no World Series streak.
Wait, are we trying
Boston
to talk,
lost 2. I'm okay with that.
Are we trying to talk baseball?
Yeah.
Because we would be remiss to talk baseball and not point out that Mike's beloved Reds are 3-21.
Did,
They are the
Didn't they-
oldest
didn't they
professional.
okay, Mookie, this is what I was about to ask. Did the
Wait, I
guy
thought there was no
actually
taking an
shit in
MLB
the
anymore.
Tacoma? Didn't the guy actually shit in the Tacoma? They got beat by like 17 runs last night.
Oh, you
That's
know what? I don't
horrible.
know. I think that's supposed to happen this weekend. I'm not sure though. But look, if that happens, that is still, regardless, going to be the highlight of the Red season, no matter what.
Oh, guarantee.
Yeah, and I mean they're the oldest baseball franchise in all of baseball, and this is the worst start to any
No.
season.
But
Yeah.
the Braves are the longest running baseball
Okay,
team.
all right. Let me just be
MLB.
clear.
In one city.
I couldn't care less,
Yeah.
honestly, about who's the oldest baseball
It's
team.
in one city.
But sure. Point is, they
Oh,
blow
in
on, like, epic
1869, the
proportions.
Cincinnati Reds became America's first professional baseball club.
Oh shit.
But see, I think they took like a year off, or they moved or some shit or some. I don't know. You'd have to, because again, this is the problem with baseball. Part of their lore and their conversation, even today in 2022, is about who was around in 18 something or fuck. Like,
yeah,
you need to have a more compelling
18
sport.
something
So
or
that's
fuck.
not the cornerstone. Like, go to the
Yeah.
NBA. Look at all the storylines this season. I mean, you've got just conversations for days there.
I think
Ryan, your thing just switched.
I know, I did it.
How'd you do that? Where'd that come from? Oh man, look at all this fun stuff.
If you go to your picture in StreamYard, click on those 3 little dots right there. You can edit your
edit the
name.
name. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Mike do this for our show? God, what a shame.
I think it's Mike. Okay,
You can do it yourself.
Mookie, let's be honest. I think Mike is just trying to make sure he keeps up with the shenanigans you pull within the first 5 minutes, because you are literally the Charlie Day of that fucking podcast, and you know you are.
I can't say it on air, but you should have heard what I dropped on Mike with the 60-second countdown winding down to the show yesterday.
Oh,
Just
boy.
text
It
it to me
was-
later.
Oh yeah.
Why can't you say it on air?
yeah. Say it
You know,
now.
just-
Who will it offend?
Do it.
who will
Probably
offend?
Do it live.
What
Do it
group
live.
will it offend?
So as we're winding down and Mike's doing his like pre whatever, he's like, all right, boys, you ready for this? And like he starts getting everything ready so he can click the buttons to do the things right. I just go, hey, real quick though, before we go on, real quick question. Is it in poor taste when someone tells you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater to say, yeah, well, but what if the baby was stillborn?
God.
I gotta
Jesus
go.
fucking
I gotta
Christ.
go.
I told you. I warned. Hey, I warned all y'all.
Not because
Oh
of a
my
dead baby
God.
joke, because I'm like, it's a moral conundrum.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
hit him with that.
Bro.
That hurt.
Intro rolls, and somehow he pulls it off
Jesus
with a, and
Christ.
we're back.
Oh my God. All right. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Holy smokes, Ryan, we started
moving
talking about,
on.
yeah, where's I gotta go back in the fucking Mike's folder here and just click the moving on button. I might start doing that honestly. All right, so Ryan, you wanted this. We're to talk about the NFL draft. You guys had possibly one of the best first 2 rounds I'd ever seen. As Kevin is about to check out for about 20 minutes.
As you should.
Listen, your Jets, man. And hey, listen, Jeffrey's fucking Giants had a good first round too.
Yeah,
So,
they did.
Like, Mook, are you a Bengals fan? I can't remember.
No, I mean I rep the city.
Oh, I love the Bengals. Walk
my-
like an Egyptian, banger.
Dude, that's my jam in 1985.
Susanna
Hoffs for the
still
win.
A jam. Like that thing is still a bop. I hear the kids are still doing the shuffle to it in the club and whatnot.
Oh God.
I'm fully convinced my brother married his wife because he looks like Susanna Hoffs. Because she looks like Susanna Hoffs.
Who?
Honestly,
I mean, is that
Alicia
Ryan-
from the Bengals?
Ryan, you're dating yourself here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
it happens though?
Lost me.
If you knew who she, if you saw who she was, then you'd get it.
Okay.
But anyway,
Look,
Sorry,
Maserati gets an excuse he's driving. Jared, you really couldn't connect the dots on that one. We're talking about the Bengals, and he mentioned Susanna, and you could go, "Oh, it's probably a member of that."
I
band.
I understood it was probably a member of the band, but I'm still like now he's mentioned members of the band, so my brain just went.
Yeah.
just at least
Kevin, you understand how my brain works. You've been friends with me for like 5 fucking years at this
No,
point.
I don't fucking know how it works.
Does anybody?
It makes no goddamn sense.
I'm 44 and I barely figure shit out.
Thunderdome.
Oh my God.
I think if you ever got an X-ray of my brain, the first thing you see is like a sign that says "Welcome to the Thunderdome," and that's it. Like,
You think an 80s pop group played in the Super Bowl this year? First off, yeah, no one knows how your brain works. Licensed professionals probably couldn't figure it out.
But they are glad that it actually works, though. That's the key. I think.
Sometimes I'm not so sure.
I could say the same about you, pal, but it's okay. We're not going to talk about. Listen, Captain, $300 a ticket.
300 total.
Okay, so 150 a ticket for a team that's going to get swept by the fucking Pens. Go Pens!
Yes,
because
I agree.
Crosby.
they discovered the magic that is spicy pork and broccoli.
I'd like to once again point
Spicy
out.
pork and broccoli.
I'd like
Spicy
to point out once again, Jared has no idea what the fuck is going on in the world of hockey.
Actually, I do because I watched like at least the first overtime of that game.
I did not go to that game to watch the Rangers play.
No, don't fuck. I talked to you about this like the day before. You bought the tickets because of a girl. We all know you tweeted
I
about
went
it.
because I wanted to
We
go
were
to a
there.
Bruins game, and she happened to be a Rangers fan, so I wanted to go.
Poor guy.
She
Oh
got
my
me
God.
like we were talking about earlier with Jared. She better be smoking hot if she's a Rangers fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Devils fan. I can barely comprehend this. God.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She's also
Me-
rejected me twice.
And Kevin won't give up.
Hey, well,
He's
Kevin,
Ted Mosby.
Look,
Don't give up the ship.
Look, if
Give her
I
the blue,
learned
give her the
if
blue
I-
French horn. She'll be yours forever.
if I learned anything from my mother's struggles with alcoholism, it's you never quit.
true.
And there it is.
Mama
You
bear
made
quit.
There
it.
it is. There's the
You
mom joke.
made it like 30
There it
minutes
is.
before one got on the board.
Are you keeping track? Is it how do now also are they all just 1-pointers or like is there
It's
a
always
scale?
there's 3-pointers. 3-pointers are like somebody starts crying, they're laughing so hard.
Okay, because
Or in the case of Cruz, is in a suspension of disbelief, and we actually make a GIF out of it.
Do you saw that
Mhm.
video saved on here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's played the intro.
Not the intro, the one of him
Oh, the intro.
actually doing it. Of
No, I
him
think
actually-
that's on your phone or something. I don't have that on this anymore.
I think it's on the Corner Booth Twitter.
It is. It's an
Oh,
OG.
man.
It's an OG GIF.
You got to pin that. You got to pin that.
I
You
gotta
got
see
to pin
that. I
that.
gotta see that.
I think Kevin's got to pin it to because Kevin no longer operates the Corner Booth Twitter, so I think it's gonna have to. He's gonna have to tag us in it.
You know what's funny is that when you release that video on the Corner Booth, it says and it asks the question, what's Cruz thinking here? And I was going to say something about Kevin's mom, but I wanted to save it.
Well, Ryan, it's because you've been on our show like 4 times. That's cheating.
Bro.
No, I didn't know the story before that video came out.
Also,
I just had a feeling
like,
it was my Jedi sense. I was like, it's about Kevin's mom, isn't it?
Honestly, if anybody at Belly Up was a Jedi secretly, it would probably be like my guess would be McCarthy.
It's always the ones you suspect.
No,
I'm looking for the video, and
I'd be a DL Sith Lord.
Please.
Are you kidding me?
I just saw the bet I made, or we.
Spice what I'm chewing right now. Fucking love it. Belly Up Sports is the promo code for 20% off. It's a fucking steal. I just ordered a new fucking 5-pack because I dropped half of mine today on the job site and I was fucking pissed.
Mookie, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go for it, Kevin.
Are Mike and Scott ever gonna let their kids watch you guys' show? I know they're young now, so no, but
Canada Dips 20% off promo code Belly Up. Yeah, go.
That's a great question. Not intentionally. But I also, because the other part is there's a part of me that's expecting things to mellow out or shift, over the year. Look, all I'm saying is they're going to get older and more boring, and there's going to be a limit to where all this booze kills the sections of my brain.
Listen, I've been friends with you fuckers for about a year. Mookie, it ain't gonna happen. Even when Mike's by, what I feel so bad for is we've had Mookie and Scott on like 10 times. We've had Mike on once. The only time we had Mike on, Samir and Kevin got in a screaming match about ex-Woba for about like 6 hours.
Oh, he loved that though.
Oh, Mike loved it. But I'm sitting there just like, me and Pat are sitting like, the fuck are we doing right now?
All right, Jared, I have a question for you now.
Stay young.
Uh-huh.
What was worse? Me and Samir screaming out ex-Woba when we had Mike on for the first time, or me bringing a girl on, getting drunk and proposing to her the week of the Super Bowl?
Well, both times I wanted to fucking whoop your ass. The Super Bowl pissed me off more, though, because that was just insane. And the worst part
was great content.
It was, but the problem was, no, it wasn't even recorded for the first 45. The first 45 are better.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't just hit record.
Because we were just chatting, and I'm like, okay, maybe you'll fucking get into it.
Oh, see,
and and also, fucking Kevin didn't tell me this was happening. He just said, we have a guest coming. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's someone from Belly Up, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, that's the Kate. Oh, okay. Now this has gotten real.
The Kate with the British accent, too, by the way. So I can see how you fell in her Venus flytrap, if you will.
Listen, I think I'll
fall into another kind of trap, if you know what I mean.
Hey, look, I respect her and her decisions. So that's not for me to decide.
Yeah,
but
and her girl who decides not to sleep with me made the right decision.
And her possible 500 mile restraining order that she has on Kevin.
Oh God.
Look, I haven't gotten any paperwork about that. So
I thought they did.
Kevin pulling in Olivia Wilde and dodging the fucking guy who delivers it does not count.
Why not?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Wait, so who's the girl in the video in the intro that Kevin
That's Kate. That's Kate.
Jeez.
Kate the Great.
Damn it, Kevin. Oh,
Still talk to her every day. That's all that matters.
oh my God.
I think she does it. I think she does just so your sister won't whoop your ass. I think that's really what it is.
No.
I don't know.
Wait, so who's the Jets fan here?
Mr. McCarthy.
So
guy.
Obviously, I like Sauce. That was a great pick.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I was hoping that he would drop to 5, but considering who you guys drafted, do you think that you guys will finish maybe second in the AFC East above the Pats, or?
I do. I actually picked that.
Oh,
because I think Bill has finally lost it.
What are you talking about? Have you watched a Patriots draft the last 20 years?
Okay, here's the thing though. Okay, Cole Strange. I watched his Senior Bowl tape. Kevin, a D2 guy plowed him into the ground in a one-on-one drill who was half his size. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is the first round pick.
Yeah, 2 years ago we traded out of the first round, and then with our first pick, we took a D2 D2 safety.
Actually, Kyle Duggar's been a good safety. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but this isn't like shocking. This isn't news.
I know, it's just like
Bill Belichick
also,
makes weird.
Y'all
draft
haven't
choices.
named an OC yet either.
Yeah, it's fucking Joe Judge.
Which is just even more embarrassing. Just ask Jeffrey.
He was the wide receivers coaches last year in New England, and apparently it was a thing where receivers were like, "Dude, I know more than you. Shut the fuck up."
And then
is it weird? I think
by the Jets.
Is it weird? I'm thinking that the fucking Dolphins could just be a fucking train wreck. Not because of Tua.
Yes,
It's because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. They have so many weapons, but like I'm like, what am I missing? There's something missing.
Dude,
their head coach is weird too.
Listen, Mike McDaniel's a fucking G. That dude on McAfee was fucking hysterical.
They're gonna fall apart though, man, because they're the weapons that they all need to get 15 touches a game.
Yeah,
and
you
know that's just never gonna happen.
No,
30 passes a game isn't unreasonable.
I mean,
for this
NFL, yeah.
In a Mike McDaniel offense,
maybe 5 to Gesicki.
No, because you got to hand out. You got 2 running backs to feed. You got 2 wide receivers to feed.
You need at least
receivers.
You need Tyreek and Jalen Waddle at least need 8 catches apiece, which is at least 10 targets total at minimum if your quarterback's on.
Okay, you guys are acting like this is 1963, where 20 passes a game is. Whoa!
It's a Mike McDaniel offense.
Yeah,
but Kevin, that's the point you're overlooking because to make
in the NFL, maybe with the AFL, that's where it was at.
This is a Kyle Shanahan disciple.
You need.
They're going to run the ball 80 times.
Yeah.
If they have the chance to run 80 snaps, I'm not thinking this offense is going to be on the field that much. They're going to set the record for 3-and-outs this year. Mark it down.
I can see that.
Where's Samir with the official corner booth bets book? I just made $20 last week because JD's like, the Timberwolves won't make the playoffs. I'm like, I bet.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
JD told me in January, he goes, the Timberwolves will not make the playoffs. I sat there, I'm like, $20. It was actually 25 because I upped the ante. Yeah, $5. But to me, that I'm like, like JD, $25. He was unemployed at the time. I'm like, hey, $25. And he goes, all right, sure. He emos me 20, and I'm like, I'm good with it, whatever. My team just got eliminated, but who fucking cares?
That's why you gotta hedge your bets and go, they're not gonna make it out of. If they make the playoffs, they won't make it out of the first round.
Well, you're also implying this is also JD, okay? The man who retired from podcasting to go out and drink at bars. That's it. That's what he texted me when I asked it because Blaine goes, "Hey, reach out to JD because he still owes us money for his last month of his movie podcast that he made 6 episodes into."
There have been a lot of people like that at Belly Up who started a podcast, made like 2 episodes, and dipped.
Mark Riley.
Like I said, a lot of people.
I also shit on him because basically I needed him in a pinch, and he basically looked at me and goes, "Yeah, don't feel like it." I'm like, "All right, go fuck yourself."
Yeah, I can definitely see the Jets being number 2 in that division. To be honest,
look at Jeff circling us back to the fucking topic.
He's keeping us on track.
This show is if ADHD was a live show, that's this. All right, and I love the Jets draft. Honestly, my favorite pickup wasn't even a first round guy. I loved getting Breece Hall.
Have you seen the video of the Buffalo Bills fans live stream reacting to the fact that the Jets got Breece Hall?
No.
Oh, it's just. Well, I love them getting. I love the Bills getting. The Bills got James Cook, who I love that pick too.
Yeah,
and they're trying to justify that he's better than Breece Hall. It's like, nah.
All right, Bills fans are fucking nuts. We've established this.
Yes, we have.
They have their body count on tables,
and I'm related to one of them.
It's like Clinton Foundation level body count. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Woo! All right.
I would like to point out, like, every week, Jared's like, I don't want to talk about politics on this podcast unless I agree with the politics.
Well, at least he's honest, right?
No, he doesn't even say that part. He just brings up politics. But if I brought up something, I don't want to talk about politics.
We can agree that particular person is universally hated. So we can.
Come on. Okay, I will amend this. That was a more like, okay, Kevin won't yell at me for this joke.
Oh, I won't yell at you for the joke. I won't yell at you in 99% of the jokes you make. I don't give a shit. No, my thing is you say you don't want to talk about politics. And
that wasn't politics. She's just a horrible person. They're a horrible family. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's no politics involved. They just happen to work in politics.
So back to the Jets. Jets.
Yes.
So I will say this, though. You who also had a really good draft is your Eagles, Jared, and the Baltimore Ravens. Coincidentally enough, Joe Douglas was involved with both organizations before he became a New York Jets general manager. So I get it now. I understand it.
Well, listen, Howie Roseman's apprentice is Joe Douglas. So I
didn't know that.
Yeah, like Howie Roseman, like Joe Douglas was his like number 2 back during the Andy Reid the dark times, the Chip Kelly days.
Wow.
Us Eagles fans refer to the Chip Kelly days as the dark times.
That's what we refer. That's what just fans referred to from 2011 till now.
There's definitely
until Robert Saleh.
There's definitely some proof somewhere of Jared saying that when Chip Kelly wins 5 Super Bowls, he's going to be considered better than Belichick once the Eagles hired him.
Kevin, I can honestly, to God, like heart to die, say this shit. I was always a little uneasy with the whole Chip Kelly thing, even when I was in college. I was never the biggest fan of it. It just felt odd to me.
Well, now he's with UCLA, so
and he's doing pretty well.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, mid-tier Pac-12 team, the passing league semi-champs.
I mean, what else? That's like the best you can get at UCLA now.
Yeah, true.
Here's a hypothetical guy.
I also consider the Pac-12 a passing league, but yeah, Ryan, go ahead. Sorry.
I have a hypothetical question. Speaking of Pac-12, do you think in the next decade, if the Pac-12 is still as execrable as it is, would the American Athletic Conference overtake them as a Power 5 conference?
No.
Okay.
Legacy alone.
You
have
Oregon,
NIL and
Oregon, Washington, Stanford, USC. They're not great programs right now. They got the money, and that's all.
Yeah, it's legacy and money.
True.
It's now a concern.
Utah is a sneaky good program.
If you said Big 12,
okay. No.
After Oregon,
Cincinnati's
Oklahoma,
joining the Big 12 in 2 years.
True. Yeah.
Cincinnati, I think. Oklahoma State, Baylor, I think they'll carry the torch.
Kev, I actually want. By the way, speaking of Baylor, I want your opinion on Tyquan Thornton, Mr. Speedy Boy.
Fucking dumbass pick. Oh, a receiver who can run fast. Yeah, those always work out with high picks.
I saw the take of oh, Mac Jones has got his speedy guy. I'm like, have you seen the NFL Combine profile?
I think Mac Jones's arm strength is better than he was asked to do last year and than he is given credit for. However,
I was about to
not that. The kind of quarterback he is, so I don't know why we're reaching on a guy who's a special teams, maybe like a second string guy.
Kev,
projected.
Hold on. No. Look, I got to bring you back to reality a little bit here, buddy. Okay, because let's think about what happened. The Bengals last year, they were in the Super Bowl. Yeah, pretty good turnaround, strong team, a lot of talent at wide receiver.
Maybe
they got the quarterback right, which is probably a big part of it. But that all started and wouldn't have been possible if they hadn't drafted John Ross. He was the speedster that started the revolution in Cincinnati.
John Ross.
Like,
bro. So I can wait 5 years.
New York Giants second stringer John Ross.
So I can wait 5 years with a new quarterback to watch my team get smacked around in a Super Bowl. That's what I have to look forward to now. That's what I have to look forward to because we drafted fucking Tyquan Thornton.
3 points.
Well, I mean, Bill's like losing his marbles at this point. So that's kind of tracks.
Look, for those weird Lions fans
Smacked
that you
around
claim
was
exist,
an unfair comment.
they would take that, in a heartbeat.
Oh my God. They would not take that.
The Lions fans wouldn't.
Oh
You don't
yeah,
think
Lions.
so?
I thought you were talking about
Lions
the Patriots.
fans, you can
No, that's what I'm
Lions
saying,
fans
yeah.
make win a
They
playoff
take a
game.
playoff berth at this
Lions fans win a playoff game. That's
Oh,
city
Detroit melts into the ground.
Well,
Detroit
so-
melts into the ground.
Okay,
If that
can I
happens.
also say
No,
something?
no, it's
quick?
going to be the reverse, guys, because it already looks like it burned to the ground.
The NFC is the
They'll build
NFC.
They'll
Okay,
build
so
it.
the
people,
NFC
people will buy property
People will buy property and move in there and plant
Okay.
trees.
in mile 1 through 7.
Have an actual economy and safe place for people to live.
So quick
And-
thing, but
and
I know
water.
Kevin's got to go in 5. Quick thing, I know Kevin's got to
That's
go in
in
5
Flint.
minutes. Quick thing with the Lions. I thought about this morning because I was talking to somebody at my job site today, and they were a fucking Packers fan, and I said to them like, listen,
Well, I
the
got
issue
questions, fans.
is that the NFC has their 3 division winners. They have whatever the fuck comes out of the NFC East. Either the Eagles or Cowboys, because the Commanders and the Giants are going to keep shooting each other in the foot until the teams fold. And then you have, Pat's
Or Snyder
Cap.
sells the team.
Yeah, there he is. And then you have the Packers who are probably going to win the NFC North, but it's going to be a lot closer than you think. And then you have the fucking Rams and the Buccaneers, because I don't give a fuck what Cruz says. The Saints are not a legitimate contender. for
Jameis
Super
can
Bowl.
see now.
Yeah, he can see the defensive backs he's throwing the ball at. Congratulations. He didn't get his
No, he
brains
was
Michael
fixed.
Thomas
good
is
before
coming
he
back
tore his
2020
ACL.
vision, 20 interceptions.
Okay, he wasn't good. He was decent. He was decent. He
decent.
was not good.
That's what the
Michael
Saints
Thomas
need.
is coming back too. That's gonna like
Slant
With
God.
Olave, Thomas and Kamara,
Slant God.
they just need a guy to get the ball in their hands.
I
just-
will still take
That's it.
I will still say the Saints will not win more than 10 games this year. They're going to be a wild card team. I admit that fully. They're going to be a wild card team. Like
I
it's
think
either
10 wins is good for them, though. Honestly.
well, the thing is, like they should have, like the way Cruz. This is all you got to realize. Our boy Cruz, me and Kevin's boy Cruz, is just he's acting like they're fucking. They just got Matthew on fucking Monday. It's like congratulations. He's gonna watch his team not win the Super Bowl again. It's like
Okay. I just want to point out, by the way, coming from someone whose team has also only won 1 Super Bowl, it's a bold take from you, Jared. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Cruz is going to watch his team only have 1 Super Bowl. Yeah, same with you, bud.
I actually have more faith in my quarterback than Jameis Winston, though, and that's not really.
That's
saying much.
at running the ball or
Really?
throwing.
Are you
At running
sure
the ball or
about that?
throwing.
Yes, Jalen Hurts actually knows what team he's throwing to.
Yeah, but he can't get the ball there.
Actually,
Exactly.
dude was top 15 in deep balls last year, but that's a stat everyone overlooks.
I mean, yeah, but that's because they count when you throw it 50 yards out of bounds as you're scrambling
Yeah.
out of the pocket.
And they
The
count
hell are
garbage
you
time,
talking
too.
about? His deep ball.
I think Jared means like deep ball rating.
Well,
Like-
okay, you're right. If anyone knows
Although top
anything about
15,
deep
I'm sorry,
balls,
top
it'd
15
be
is
Jared.
not that good.
It's still better half of the league. I'll take it.
We shoot high here on Corner Booth. We want to be in the top half of shit.
Facts.
It's better
Only
than
top,
being the
it's only
bottom
top
half.
15.
Yeah, it still would
Oh
put
my
us like
God.
3 slots out of a playoff spot if we're going to talk about
I
it.
will
those
say this:
numbers.
the problem is with like Jameis needs to show me he can go an entire season without chucking 20 interceptions, and either that or not get injured.
Okay.
But show me that.
That's
if he
fair.
can, I will fully eat my shit sandwich about Jameis Winston. I will.
Will it come from Ghost Litterbox?
Damn, that's a big ass sandwich.
Oh
Man,
my
that cat takes bigger shits than like human people. It's
God
like, what the
damn.
By the way, Jared, Jameis has only thrown more than 20 interceptions once in his career.
Kevin, I know
That was a
the
30
year.
for that was a
That was
30-30 season.
Kevin, we were rooting for the 40-40 club. That year,
Yeah, I'm still pissed.
me and Kevin had a countdown on our show. We're like, it needs to happen 40-40.
Man, that would truly be impressive. That would be something to put on your resume. And
I think
and
30-30 is
keep this
pretty impressive still.
Yeah.
What's the record for interceptions in the season? I think it's like 30 something, right?
It's 42.
Eli Manning probably has it.
Eli.
That's
It's 45.
no, you're
I think
actually
it's-
the Giants actually threw the ball that much.
Oh, it's George Blanda. I was gonna guess Sammy Bow, but it's George Blanda.
With
George Blanda, 42 in 1962.
42 in 62 too, so he was probably throwing a pick like every third pass.
God
Vinny
damn.
Testaverde is a distant second with 35 in 1988.
Wow.
Jeez, I
Jameis
forgot-
is
You know
tied
what's
for 7.
scary? I watched Vinny Testaverde play for the fucking Cowboys. That's how long he played in the fucking NFL for.
Dude, that
I
guy
saw
got
his son
jacked.
play at University of Albany.
I saw his son play at the University of Miami.
Yeah, there you go.
His son's like, I'm not playing at the U. It's like,
And,
you're the 5th string quarterback. You suck.
Yeah, and now he's a second string quarterback for an indoor football league team right now.
Fair enough.
Sad.
Is that
All right, hey,
an
Kev, I know you got a dip, brother. We appreciate you coming on, stopping by.
Do you want to play a fun game before I go?
Sure.
Always.
Does it
It's
involve your
called
mom?
Guess the Irish word. Guess what it means.
My God.
Oh boy.
Okay. Shoot.
I got my book.
Are
Let me
you going to
find
be
it.
able to give us the language of origin?
Yeah, I can. If you want.
All right, cool.
So it's spelled Fuisce, pronounced Fwisque.
Okay.
And the language of origin is Irish to Gaelic to Celtic to Proto-Celtic. That's how it works.
That, man, you had that lie queued up real quick. That's impressive.
He's looking at a fucking book, Mookie.
No, I have the word in the book, but I know where like the Celtic.
Well, I mean, even there, the
etymological
fact
history.
he can read like that, I'm impressed. If honestly, if it weren't for memes, gifs, and emojis, I don't know that I'd be functional as an adult.
Kevin
honestly.
actually is a very literate human being. I hope people realize this.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
So we're supposed to guess what the word means.
Yes.
oh, Kevin, by the way, on I was gonna say is on my Indeed copywriting quiz that I had to take for a job interview, I scored a proficient.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. That test doesn't work. Just
I think it's time to retest the test.
Oh, do you guys want
Oh my
the
God.
do you guys want the plural?
Oh,
Sure.
absolutely.
Yes, please.
Sure.
Fuisci, and it's pronounced Fwisky.
Okay, I feel stronger even more about my definition, and it is a hue of the color purple.
No.
but not. Damn it.
Well, I know it has nothing to do with whiskey because whiskey, the Gaelic for whiskey is Ishkibaha. So it's nothing to do with whiskey.
How do you know that?
The Clancy
Ryan's-
said it in a song.
Oh, still though. Jeez, I'm among some highly educated individuals. I'm both impressed and a little.
Yeah, despite the
embarrassed.
degree up here, I know absolutely nothing.
Oh my God.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah. Just don't go into debt.
I'm more of the college is a joke unless you need it for your fucking career path.
Does anyone else have a guess?
Whiskey.
I am.
Whiskey.
Fwisky and Fwiske.
I'm gonna say something to do with like shitheads or idiots or something
No.
like that. Damn it. Okay.
Is it a color?
No.
Is it a mineral?
No.
Is it a tank?
Is it an animal?
No, it's not. It's none of those.
Is it a swear word?
Give us a hint.
No.
Give us a hint.
Tabernacle. That's French.
It's a drink. It's
Okay.
some call it the water of life.
It's beer.
Whiskey.
It's whiskey.
Jizz.
Wow.
Okay, so it's the origin of the word is Ishkibaha, but they call it whiskey. Okay.
Yeah, the
Whiskey.
people who invented it get to pick what it's called. So
Fair.
Irish
fair
Gaelic
enough.
is a different dialect of Gaelic.
Oh God. Put together with some Finnish, you got yourself some Elfish.
It's also a made-up language, and it's dumb.
What? Elfish?
Like
No.
you said earlier with stories, aren't all languages made up?
This is especially made up.
I mean, then again, like Kevin, like there's also something called dead languages, which I don't understand how they're dead if people can still speak them. So
No one like Latin. No one speaks anymore. It's like if a country if people like speak it as their native language.
that makes more
if
sense.
not,
No,
it's a dead language.
Hebrew was a dead language, and it was brought back by the by Israel.
And against the British's better efforts, this is isn't a dead language.
Womp womp.
All right, Kev, thanks for coming on,
Suck
buddy.
it, Margaret Thatcher.
And Oliver Cromwell.
That's a mic drop right there.
Oh my God,
You know, Margaret Thatcher, though, I feel like she kind
Kevin
of
is literally an anarchy grenade rolled in dynamite.
and deep fried.
Yes, because he's from Alabama.
Not Scottish.
Oh,
They deep fry the hell out of everything.
That's true because everything out of that fucking area is unedible or close to it.
Plus, they
I only make that joke because I have some Scottish in me. So, like, I've had Scottish food before. It's not fun.
That whole region, I think, struggles in terms of delectable cuisine.
Listen, fish and
I've always wanted to try haggis.
Fish and chips slaps.
I've always wanted to try haggis.
Apparently, Scotch eggs are apparently really good, but I can't do hard-boiled.
They actually sell those at the FC Cincinnati games for some god.
What the fuck?
I have no idea.
Why?
Yeah, like so on the what do you call it on the concessions menu? It's like cheeseburger, hot dog, pretzel, Scottish egg.
Wow.
Anybody who at home who doesn't
Do they
know,
serve with Skyline chili?
A Scottish egg is basically a hard-boiled egg wrapped in fucking sausage.
And deep fried, right?
And deep
fried.
Enticing. And literally, the problem is like I cannot eat a hard-boiled egg. It literally makes me want to puke.
the only hard-boiled eggs. Can you do deviled eggs? How do you feel about deviled eggs?
Can't do it either. I can do fried eggs,
really? Dude.
Eggs over
hate
easy.
Mayonnaise, hate mustard.
Man.
Oh, see, I can do like. There's very few foods that I can't eat, and one of them is hard-boiled or deviled eggs. I can't do it.
I used to not be able to, and then I put one in my mouth, and my life changed.
That's what she said.
You say so about a lot of things.
Hey, all I'm saying is don't knock until you try it twice, okay?
Once again, that's what she said.
Yeah, because the first time you're probably too excited. The second time you're going to get more an authentic, experience.
That's what he said. That's what they said.
Everyone's having fun tonight.
On Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, so McCarthy. So here's the funny thing. I'm not going to try to get him over here because he's been a little cranky today. Ghost is up to about 20 pounds, and I think he grew a little bit, about 3 or 4 inches.
Oh,
he's just a big bastard. Oh, so Jeff, I know you'll get this reference. I feel like I found out his favorite musical artist. It's YBN Youngboy, NBA Youngboy. My cat is 100% Black Air Force energy.
Where did you find this cat?
I adopted him from a shelter. He was a kitten that was basically
that's the way to go.
He was a kitten that was like born into foster care, and I adopted him, and I realized I adopted a fucking monster.
I mean, it sounds like
I have Jeff can attest to this. I have scars up and down my forearms from this cat.
You know what, though? I just thought of this.
Yeah.
The size of the cat sounds like you might have yourself a nice little side business here, a little side hustle. Like I heard recently that if people have moles or groundhogs, if you drop some cat shit into the tunnels, it'll get rid of them.
Wow.
So
I'll go in our garbage can right now, fucking flush out a couple moles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I'm thinking, like, if he's 28 pounds, he's probably producing a lot of shit.
20 pounds. 20
pounds. Oh, okay. Well, still,
he's a very long. So he's about 1.5 feet tall. About from head to the base of his tail, he's about 2 feet. His tail's about 2 feet long. So he's a big dude.
Just more of him to love, man.
He's about the size of a full-grown.
Got a lot of agility too.
Jeff.
He's got a really quick first step. He has guard size but tackle footwork,
right? and he has the coordination of JaVale McGee.
That's impressive. Is JaVale still in the league?
Yeah, dude, he's fucking balling out for the Suns right now.
He's on the. Oh, that's fantastic. That is absolutely.
Jeff, I would say this though. He's about the size of a medium-sized beagle. That's what I'd say about it. Ghost is about the size of a medium-sized beagle.
That's a big cat.
That's a big. The problem is like he's just a jackass. I was in the middle. So quick story. We were in the middle of the draft prep for me, Andrew, and Kevin to go on for our circuit, and I have lights here, I have lights there, I have lights like all over my fucking desk setup, and Ghost decides he's gonna try to jump over my fucking monitor and he takes out a lamp, because when he misses, he takes out everything.
Oh my god.
See, Ryan, I want you to appreciate how graceful tag-along is, because my jackass over here is not graceful.
And I feel like
tags can be pretty bull in a china shop at times.
Especially at 5 o'clock in the morning when I get for a contract and he's waking up everybody in my goddamn house.
Oh my god.
Because his favorite toy right now is golf and ping pong balls.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
He plays soccer. It's
I love that.
hysterical.
I see. Yeah, he's not.
I respect that.
He's not overweight at 20 pounds. He's just
No,
solid.
he's jacked. That's
Yeah.
the thing. He
Yeah.
sits, you can
He's
see
yoked.
his Mookie, he sits down, you see his fucking muscle up his arms. It's a little disturbing. It's like he's like a pit bull of a cat. It's like kind of scary how much, and then it's just fur. And trust
And
me,
agility.
I wear a black Jeff can
Agility.
attest to this. You wear a black shirt or black clothes in my house, you're walking out with about a half a pound of ghost fur on your clothes when you're walking out.
This is true.
I mean, clearly, dude's got a sense of style. Then that's what that is. He's like, look, man, let me help out that fit because you're not pulling it off.
This show has literally been just one distracted topic after another.
Yeah, that's why when
It's
you're
amazing.
like, yeah, I'm pulling together the topic list or whatever. I was like, oh, we do that. All right, cool.
I tried to do it, but the problem is like I knew this show was going to shit the second Kevin joined. I'm like, oh, this show is not going because Kevin on this show is basically an anarchy grenade, and I'm like, all right, we're fucking done. Like me and Samir had this whole plan to like have like segments like you and Mike and the boys do, like try to keep things in order, semi in order, and it's like Kevin is just basically a nuclear bomb to that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how similar our execution is too, though. I think because Mike has officially given up on actually having a rundown, and now he just titles every main topic as spin-off topic. No, that's how. What the fuck's he call it? It's like sidebar conversation 1, sidebar conversation 2. They're not even topics. They're just like jumping off points. That's what it is.
Sidebar.
Yeah. Jumping off point 1, 2, 3,
It's
and
a
4.
jumping.
That's
It's
it.
a jumping off point. Like
Yeah.
the egg from It's Always Sunny.
Jesus Christ!
Right. And I'm looking.
Oh my God.
Oh,
hard boiled
so-
too, by the way.
I know this ain't. I know, Mook. I know you're not the biggest baseball
Get
guy of all
busted.
time. But so Jeff did bring up a good point. We were talking about the Madison Bumgarner incident last night.
Oh God, I heard
oh,
about that. I
God.
didn't see
This
that.
was
though.
hysterical. Okay, so Mad Bum. If anybody know who Mad Bum is, Mad Bum has
I wouldn't
always
fuck
had
with
issues with umpires. One time, him and Joe West had a 30-second staring contest, and it was fucking epic. Madison Bumgarner of my Arizona Diamondbacks is one of the most competitive pitchers on the mound, and he literally would yell at guys for flipping his bats. The one thing I hate about him, because I love bat flips. They're like one of the best parts of baseball. They did a substance check on him in the middle of the game. He had nothing on him.
Middle
but
of the game. It was after the first fucking.
It was the
inning.
first inning.
It was
Sorry,
literally the
first
first
fucking
inning, bro.
First inning. And the guy's like feeling up his hand and just staring at Mad Bum's eyes. And Mad Bum is just like, the fuck are you doing? And to this umpire, I went and searched this motherfucker's name. I'm gonna roll in this fucking asshole. His name is Dan Bilano. Fuck
I'm
you,
watching-
Dan Bilano.
Oh,
I'm
man.
watching the
Yeah.
John Boy reaction right now.
It's just like
John Boy.
Also,
Oh.
because I can't let this go. I did want to clarify. So last night, out of the 4 jumping off points Mike had planned, we got to 2 of the 4 sub bullets of 1. That's how much of the show prep
to
we
be
actually
fair,
touched on.
I made it
Yeah.
To be fair, I made it through 35 minutes of your show, and I was so fucking tired. I fell asleep with a beer in my hand on my couch watching your show. And I
Nice.
woke up and I had
Wow.
to shower, and I'm like, fuck, it's like 10 o'clock. I got to be up at like 5:15.
Oh, jeez.
I get up. No, there's some days I was up at 4:30 yesterday morning. Like, I'm
Oh.
up so fucking early.
Speaking
I'm a
of
co-
speaking,
I'm a
All right.
contractor.
umpire. Speaking of umpire, get your
Fair
get your dartboard out real quick.
Ooh.
Where's the dartboard?
We're doing this.
That's right.
Let's do it.
Get the
That's right.
bicep curls in, kids.
There you go.
Corner Booth Dartboard, by the way, presented by our friends at YeatsOfficial.com. I deleted the banner last week by accident, so I'm not bringing it back. These amazing sunglasses that me. Jeffrey has a pair as well. I have like 15 pairs. Mookie needs a fucking pair.
I feel like those are great eyewear for when I'm out doing yard work in my short shorts and tank tops.
Yeah. In your Ranger panties?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Corner Booth promo YeatsOfficial.com promo code Corner Booth for 10% off. They're our oldest and one of our most favorite sponsors. They've always been good to me, Kevin, Samir, the whole crew. Ryan McCarthy bought his with our promo code, so did Jeffrey. We appreciate all business. Corner Booth Dartboard officially sponsored by YeatsOfficial.com. All right, Ryan, who is going on the dartboard as we roll into the final 15?
Major League umpire officiating and NHL officiating.
Fuck Angel Hernandez.
Ugh. Atrocious.
Yes.
Atrocious.
Fuck
Across
Angel
the board.
Hernandez.
Major League Baseball umpiring, especially home plate umpiring, atrocious this season. I don't know. Do we need to bring in the robot umpires now? Honestly,
Yes.
We may have
this should
have
have been looked at in the CBA. This should have been a condition of the CBA. Get better umpiring, get better officiating. Otherwise,
Or at least find a way to hold them accountable.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. But the umpires have a union too, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
Like at least in the NFL, you're a shit ref. You get Lions games.
You get exactly. You get the worst game possible. You get the Spiro games.
You
with
end up
Adam
being, you
Archuleta.
end up
That's what
reffing a
you
game
get.
for the NFC East or Ryan's team.
Yeah. Hey.
Giants, Lions, baby. Woo.
You get Giants. You get Giants Commanders.
Or
Yeah.
Giants or fucking Giants Seattle.
You get Browns and Jaguars. That's what you get.
Now, I got to take this back a little bit, though, Mr. McCarthy, because you also threw the NHL officials under the bus.
I did.
Whoa! If you start talking about the triple overtime call,
yes, I'm talking about that. I mean, I'm a New Jersey Devils fan, hardcore Devils till I die. But I'm supposed to hate the Rangers, but that call was soft. That call was super.
But they
soft. That was softer than.
They also prevented
Daryl's
a power
birthday party. That was.
They
super
also
soft.
prevented a power play early in the game that would have led the fucking Penguins to a fucking run, and you know it. They called a 2-minute. What was it, a 2-minute minor or some bullshit? They fucking didn't let a power play go for Pittsburgh. That they probably would have started burying the Rangers. So you know what? It evens out. And the worst part is, hey, Rangers fans, don't blow a fucking 2-goal lead.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you let a backup fucking goalie stop you in overtime.
Yeah, with your Vezina candidate goalie, don't let a 2-goal lead slip.
And
to a
our
goalie,
backup goalie had some fucking
spicy pork and broccoli,
pork and broccoli, and then shut your ass down. Fuck the Rangers.
I haven't seen it yet, but you got to think this is a missed opportunity for a Panda Express sponsorship deal, right?
Well, they're talking.
come on. If there was NIL, the NHL,
okay.
that would be it for Loose
you
to
guys
Ring
know,
Day.
so they were making jokes about it yesterday, because you guys know McAfee is a huge Penguins fan, right? So he was talking about fucking shipping PF Chang's to this guy every fucking game for the playoffs.
Oh, and by the way, Brad Marchand, don't touch the Hurricanes goalie. He will mess you up.
God, I hope he does.
Why didn't you bring that up while Kevin was still here?
Ah, sugar. I forgot about that.
Wait, are you Dan Orlovsky saying "oh sugar"? What the fudge? Like Jesus fucking Christ!
Jeebus friggin' crackers.
I forgot. Ryan McCarthy is too holy to swear, and that's why we bring him on to make our show. Because like with Kevin's presence and my
PG
cursing,
rated.
With Kevin's presence and my cursing, like our show gets an rated R rating every time. Somebody was like asking me, like, how much do you really curse a day? And I'm like, Jesus, I can't even think of that. And like,
yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised I got invited here and on Craft Food Sports because I'm like I don't cuss on air. I don't do any of that.
Right,
stuff. I drink, but I don't cuss.
Your comedy is so well done that you actually legitimately are funny without cursing, which is a skill in itself.
It's a Jim Gaffigan thing, you know. I just gotta do it.
Oh, so you're gonna be really social. Oh, you're gonna be really weird and social.
I like
Brian,
that.
you're not weird and socially awkward though. So like,
That's true. I'm not.
Yeah, Jim Gaffigan, every show I've seen him on or every comedy skit, I'm just like, bro, like if I saw you at a party, I'd like walk away because I feel like you like want to grab something weird shit or something. Like I can't tell what you're doing.
Speaking of grabbing weird, oh my god, that's one of the best bits ever.
I love that bit.
And I'm always disappointed when I try to reference it in conversation and people just don't get it. Like, who are you? How do you not know about that bit? You know.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my dog's going nuts over here.
It's all good.
Candidly, nobody wants to hear her shit. It's all day long, every day.
It's not your Bimenin, but it's right up there.
Yeah. Although I don't know, man. It may actually be the current Bimenin because it ain't on air anymore. Kids these days might not know about the Bimenin
or Hot Pockets.
That's I don't want to think about it because I'll get sad.
Jeff, I just saw something you texted me about, like Steve Kerr calling the Grizzlies dirty. No fucking shit.
Yeah.
As a person who just lost to these scumbags in the previous round, the Grizzlies, besides John Morant, are the dirtiest fucking team in basketball, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
Agreed.
Well, and don't their fans match their intensity, if you will, too?
Oh, no, they're fucking Grizzlies fans are fucking brutal.
Hold up. Is a dirty team in basketball?
Oh, my God.
I want to root for them. I want to root for the Grizzlies.
I fucking hate the Grizzlies. And you know what the worst part is?
I want to root for them because I want the bad boys to return to basketball.
I do too.
Oh,
here's the thing: is like so if Minnesota actually had a set between their legs as a team, they would have beaten the Grizzlies 4-1 in that series, and we would be talking about Grizzlies versus Timberwolves instead of fucking Timberwolves versus Warriors instead of Grizzlies versus Warriors. And it's because Karl Anthony Towns literally does his best Reggie Miller impression in the playoffs. Like, we needed a bucket. This dude takes a 35-footer and bricks it. The game before, takes a 35-footer, kicks it off his knee instead. And Anthony Edwards is to bail his ass out. I've had this conversation with Jeff off camera 1,000 times. Karl Anthony Towns is not an alpha. He'll never be an alpha, never be a leader. He's a great player. He's just never a leader. Anthony Edwards, that's a different story. That boy is.
You mean the Anthony Edwards from ER, Anthony Edwards, or
exactly.
Revenge of the Nerds, Anthony Edwards?
Exactly. Not the 6'6", not the 6'6".
That's the 6'6" monster.
Yeah, that looks like an outside linebacker playing basketball. Yeah, I never. So, do you remember Joey Livin, Ryan? He used to work at Belliot for about a couple months. You used to
vaguely.
Yeah, he texted me. It was his last text I ever got from him before he big timed me. Fuck Joey. I'll tell you right now. Listen, if I ever run into him in the professional setting, I'm gonna be like, "You're an asshole, but I respect you as a person." False. Basically, he texted me the day of the draft. He goes, "Anthony Edwards is basically if Dwayne Wade didn't have his growth spurt yet, and Dwayne Wade with a growth spurt and was built like an outside linebacker." I'm like, that's scary. I'm like, the fact that this kid has like that kind of killer instinct. I'm like, okay, Minnesota's in good hands. It's just Cat's got to learn he's not the alpha anymore. Anthony's got to go and be like, hey, look at me. I'm the captain now.
And you need better role players too.
Listen, it wasn't our fucking role players. Just fucking, we take bad shots. That's what it really came down to. Anyway, enough basketball. Oh God. Jesus, we made it pretty good.
Boy, this hour and a half went fast.
I know, right? This actually flew by. All right, so boys, we're gonna do for the final five. We're gonna talk about our best Cinco de Mayo stories.
Oh man.
I've got a good one.
Oh God.
I've got a good one. It's called. It was nicknamed by my college friends as Cinco Midayo.
That's okay.
Okay, so
take this 5 and just lay out, man.
Okay, so I will send you guys the Instagram shot of me about 15 beers down or 10 beers down. All of us wearing sombreros.
Cervezas.
And then I had a loaded Corona. I had about beer 12, and then the whole night went sideways.
Is that the loaded? Is that where they do the tequila in the beer?
Yes, in the.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I had just gone through finals. I had already gotten my job post college. I was studying for and working for that, so I was really stressed out. So my buddy who I went to I just went to a concert with last week, and finally we got to hang out with him again. He goes, "Hey, my brother's throwing a house party." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I show up with a 12-pack of Dos Equis, and I think like 1 or 2 Coronas I had left over in my fridge. And I walk in. My friend Jess walked in with a couple of Konas, the Hawaiian beers. Had 1 or 2 of those. After about 12, 13, 14, 15 beers, at one point there was one that was a loaded Corona, and then I had a couple of shots of something. And all I remember is I was passed out on a recliner, puked on the floor,
man.
walked outside under my own power, passed out on the porch in the pouring rain because it felt nice.
Yeah.
And then walked back inside and then basically just sat in the bathroom for about an hour. And then somehow made it home and drunkenly woke up for Popeyes next morning. Apparently somebody else that night puked in the washing machine and then blamed it on me because they saw me puke. And basically the next morning...
Did he have a pet pig?
No, he didn't. This was
it wasn't the kid from Varsity Blues?
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, wait, this is a Varsity Blues reference, this is motherfucker. By the way, fucking top 5 high school movie right there.
Oh,
Did he scam the cat?
Easy.
Even
with Freddie Prinze in it.
So that was like every single mile since then has been kind of lame, but that was like the pinnacle of me just being a dumb shit.
That's impressive. My Cinco de Mayo is there's been a couple rowdy ones, but
if you see me that drunk, what are you talking about? Impressive.
I mean, I just my favorite part is how you got your little shower in, right? You wandered outside for refreshing drizzle.
But they were worried about this. I was actually starting to sober up because the lack of heat was actually making me like come down. I was like starting to feel better. But they were worried about the security guards of the fucking condo complex.
Yeah.
So they made me go inside and sit on the couch, and that's when it all went south.
They see, that's not on you then, man. That's not on you at all.
Oh my God, I felt like shit. I was so embarrassed when I ran into everybody at a house party like 6 months later. They were like, "Hey, last time we saw you, you were hurting."
That's where you just go, "Well, thanks for the help, jackass."
I'm like, "Yeah, except for Sydney and fucking my boy Nick over there. You dickheads didn't do shit."
Was Miss Davis at this party?
Who?
Miss Davis?
Who's Miss Davis?
Varsity Blues.
Oh no, fuck.
Miss Davis?
Ryan,
were you going to prom with me?
Ryan, it's been like 10 years since I've seen that movie. You gotta give me a break here.
Sorry, man. Were you going to prom with me?
All right, so anybody else got a good Cinco de Mayo story? We got 3 minutes on the clock.
No, I don't.
I'm trying to think of one.
Yeah, I do have one. This was actually really recent. I want to say this is right the year before the pandemic. So, I'm out with my friend, and he has, I guess, since he's part of like this Orange Theory fitness type of club,
the cult that it is.
They were invited to like a Cinco de Mayo type of celebration at this Mexican restaurant. He's like, "Bro, you should come along," and I'm like, "Sure." So that entire day, I was just busy, didn't get nothing to eat, and boom, we go to the restaurant. As soon as we go there, we're getting like offered like all these margaritas. After the second margarita, we were, offered some cognac, and I pretty much don't remember what happened after that, but I do remember waking up at 3 a.m, like, what happened? Right? Just confused, right? That's when you know that like you were really like, hammered. When you wake up confused, like you don't know what's going on. And then I go to my car.
How did I get home? That's my favorite one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I go to my car the following morning because I'm like, you know what? I've been awake since like, 2 to 3 a.m. Let me get a workout in. I go in my car and there's like 4 empty bottles of Captain Morgan nips. So I don't even remember like drinking those either. And, obviously it was a crazy night, a blackout night, but can't remember any of it, to be honest with you. After that, third round.
I love the variety that you had there in your Cinco
just
de
going
Mayo.
light and dark, light and dark.
I didn't have that. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
exactly.
That's what gets you, man. You got to have dinner. That's the thing. You know, whenever there's a dinner involved.
That's almost as bad as us at the Eagles game, Jeff.
Oh my god! But that was awesome, though. That was awesome.
Well, we were on empty stomach. Me and him slammed 3 9% beers each, and then ran into the stadium at full sprint.
Yes, but we needed to do that because it was really cold. And honestly, after we slammed those,
It was
beers,
also fucking raining.
Yeah, but it was.
It was that Tuesday night game against the Washington Commanders.
Oh wow,
Commanders!
Wow,
but,
yeah.
We made it to Philadelphia from New York in what 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I was driving. I was fucking moving.
I was gonna say, I think you just like admitted to felony speeding here, just based on that.
There was maybe a point, but we also had traffic, which makes it even scarier.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, because there's
Traffic at the link was horrible.
Well, the Jersey Turnpike was the worst because we had the windows open and we realized the Jersey Turnpike at about fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon smells like death.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it smells like death all the time. It just may be more pungent when it's had all day to warm up.
Only from Jersey, I've driven.
There's only certain parts of New Jersey that smell like that.
Yeah, it's the Jersey Turnpike around
It's
that.
A different kind of death, huh?
It wasn't just the smell of the franchise that is called the Giants or Jets.
Oh my god.
Hey.
We have more championships than the Eagles' existence, but
it's okay. Y'all ain't gonna win another one for 20 years. It's all good.
Sure. Still be more than one.
We might get another one soon. Who knows? AJ Brown.
Dude, I think that's a great move, though. I will say that.
I was literally, once again, back-to-back years, I go on Dan's show for the draft, and I'm literally sitting there in the pre-draft lobby, and the Eagles do something fucking bullshit crazy. And I'm like sitting there like, what? I'm literally sitting here watching the screen, and they're like, oh, Eagles trade for AJ Brown. And I'm in shock. And Dan goes, now we bring in Frost to the corner booth, Jared Club. I'm like this. I'm like, what?
Like, did you see Jason Kelsey's reaction?
Oh my god, it was hysterical. I think you sent it to me. Also, the fact that our new center after Kelsey retires next year is called Beef Jurgens, that makes me so fucking happy. It's the best fucking nickname of all time. Beef fucking Jurgens.
The fact that he was after a strip club in Kitchener, Ontario, from the what's his face skit? God, I can't remember his name. Segura. Tom Segura skit. Beef. We're going to a strip club called Beef.
And also, then to make matters worse, Kevin was telling me for the past 2 days, Nakobe Dean or give me death. Who did the Eagles pick 3 picks ahead of the Patriots? Nakobe Dean. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, Kevin's going to stab me. I also realized Nakobe Dean is my size. I am 5'11", 230, and Nakobe Dean's 5'11", 225.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. I'm the size of the Eagles middle linebacker. That's terrifying. All right. Anything else before we roll out, gentlemen?
No, I'm just confused as to what your defense is doing, if that's true.
Well, the thing is, watch his tape, Mookie. He's honestly, he was probably the best middle linebacker in college football last year. He plays a lot bigger. Also, Devin White's 230. It's not like it's not like middle line. So let's be honest. Except for Derrick Henry, most running backs are under 215.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Most wide receivers are under 215.
All right, last thing before we roll off. I got it right here. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This year's Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, quarterback, Iowa State.
That's amazing.
There's just something poetic about that. I don't know why.
I agree.
No
it's like every year, any year, Mr. Relevant is a relevant college quarterback, like a Brock Purdy or Graham Harrell or something like that. It just makes it so much better.
Oh, absolutely. Because now he can't choose what team he wants to sign on as a camp arm. He's stuck with them.
Yeah, the fucking Eagles signed my sleeper for one of my favorite quarterbacks, draft Carson Strong. This dude's got like a Josh Allen arm, but his footwork is dog shit. It's like I watched him do a jump pass for 50 fucking yards. I'm like, oh my god! But I'm like, if I'm a coach, I'm ripping my freaking hair out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up for the Corner Booth pregame. Cinco de Mayo, May the 4th. I forgot to list the episode name because I was going to rush because I got to work
Revenge
late.
of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th. Shout out to our boy Belly Up Kev from Tailgating the Quad, our man Mookie from Craft Brew Sports, and our man Mr. McCarthy from No Credentials Required. And then, of course, our main man, Mr. Maserati of the Corner Booth Pod. And, of course, oh, by the way, new single dropped. Mr. Maserati, where can we find your new single?
You can find my single on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube,
and what is the name of this amazing single?
We call this Lovely Sucker Crew. You know what I'm saying? We're already at 2K streams, and it hasn't even dropped like 6 days ago, so very excited about that.
I gave it a listen within the first hour because I think he sent it to me when I was driving to a concert, and I needed to take a break from. I needed to take a break from like the music of the people I was going to go listen to, and then I listened. I'm like, it's pretty good. I was like, it's not bad. I'm liking it. So I'm liking it a lot. So I like kept commenting fire on everything he posted. But yeah, so
thank you, brother.
Corner Booth Pod back on Tuesday. Of course, you can check out these fine gentlemen at No Credentials Required, Craft for Sports, and Mr. Maserati. Also, somebody get Mookie some followers at Mookie Betts on Twitter.
Oh, I forget I have it, so that's probably why.
All right. Shout out to our sponsor, Canada Dipsy. It's official. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We will see you guys next week. Peace.